Hey guys, Coach Jen T here, coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about sweet treats and overindulging after dinner with nighttime snacks at home. The first thing I have to say about that is you're not alone, because a lot of times after dinner we have maybe we didn't eat enough during the day, so we're feeling overly hungry and we're really just craving something, or maybe we're not hydrated enough, we haven't drank enough water. So after dinner, we have that habit of grabbing something and maybe overeating mindlessly. Now, you guys, again, this is completely normal, and old habits that you have instilled with you, like reaching for something after dinner, is totally normal. They're very hard to break. And what you want to focus on, especially with the holiday season, is just focusing on being better with your choices and bringing awareness to those choices. And that is where food tracking comes in. If you're at least tracking your food or trying to be aware of that fact that if you put that in your mouth, you have to track it without guilt, just collecting data, it's really going to help you stay on track and make better choices. So I'm trying to think of an example. If I grab a bag of chips and I know that I have to log how many chips I eat or whatever it might be, it might make me choose not to have the chips. It's just not worth it. I've had all of my food for today that makes me feel my best, and it's just not worth it. If you do have the chips and you do log it, great. You're making progress by simply bringing awareness to how much you're taking in. If you decide not to track your chips and you decide to just enjoy those chips mindfully and slow down, I can guarantee you, if you chose to eat those chips and you don't have guilt about it, you're going to eat less of the chips than you normally would if you simply slow down and bring mindfulness to those chips that you're eating. That being said, bringing awareness to the reason that you're actually wanting to grab and munch is very, very important. A lot of times when that's why I think a lot of people struggle on the weekends, is because we're off our routine a little bit. So one tip I have for you guys is just to try to follow a normal routine, whether it's at night or during the day on the weekend. People always say, like, when they find themselves home alone and out of boredom, they're just reaching for things and grabbing. Try to keep some structure in your day. Like, if you're really on point Monday through Friday, try to keep that kind of structure and keep yourself busy so you're not mindlessly munching and grabbing. And if you do mindlessly munch and you're tracking, it's just really going to help you stay aware. Sometimes that extra snack, that lick of the cookie dough spoon or whatever it might just not be worth it if you know that you have to log it in the program. So that being said, if you do choose to have things at night, having a healthier bedtime routine and coming up with things to keep you busy and having that thing to look forward to that you can make fit within your quote unquote macronutrient budget. You guys have been given, if you're in my program, customized totals for the day. You can always try to leave some extra carbs, some extra fat for that nighttime treat that you enjoy, whether it's ice cream, keeping things portion controlled, whether it's that brownie bowl or whatever it is. Some people really like that treat in the evening, and just keeping it mindful and still being able to enjoy it, especially when like grandma brings over that pie or someone gives you a fresh batch of whoopie pies or cookies. You're going to want to be able to enjoy those, right? We don't want to feel guilty and not eat them or eat too many of them. We want to be able to keep on track with being mindful about our portions and still enjoying it while staying in a calorie balance for ourselves for the entire week. And then coming up with your nighttime routine, which we just talked about, coming up with other ways to wind down, asking yourself this at night: are you hungry? If you're hungry after dinner, let's see if we can really focus on having more nutrient-dense foods earlier in the day, starting your day with a healthy breakfast to set your day off right, eating a really balanced lunch. If you get home and you're starving and you're famished and you just want to reach for everything, make sure you have a nice, healthy, balanced dinner with plenty of lean protein and vegetables. And if you really don't feel like you're going to make it to dinner, you can always push and squeeze in an afternoon snack that has some protein, because protein is magic when it comes to warding off those cravings and feeling good and not feeling overly hungry. So you can always pay attention to that. Then you can ask yourself at night, are you feeling anxious, or are you feeling lonely or depressed or emotional about something or stressed? A lot of times those are the times that people go on impulse and they grab something mindlessly and they just start shoveling. They're trying to find some way to comfort something else deep down inside that's going on. And that is truly, you guys, where your coach will come into play. So somebody's in my driveway, but I don't see anybody. So that is truly where it will come into play to take control of what's going on, and your coach is there to help you. So having an open line of communication with your coach, me, who is judgment-free, you guys will never, ever be judged for anything, but bringing awareness to those feelings and asking yourself in third person, let's say I'm talking about myself, what's going on with Jen right now? What does Jen need? Jen might feel overwhelmed about something to do with being a mom, something to do with being a wife. Maybe at work, Jen is feeling overstressed about something. Reevaluating what's in my control and how can I ease the stress, ease the anxiety, ease the depression, whatever it might be. I'm not a medical professional, but you can help yourself by bringing awareness to your thoughts, patterns, behaviors. You can always seek out additional professional help if needed. But emotional stress, maybe it's past trauma, whatever it might be, there's something that you're trying to comfort within you. And that is where it becomes very important to deep down dive into where that is, which can sometimes feel uncomfortable, but keeping a journal, just simply slowing down and getting some kind of distraction in your way between you and mindless eating and can really help you stay on track. So for someone, that trigger, they might have those thoughts, they might write them down, they might end up just getting out of the kitchen, turning the lights off, and going out for a nice fresh air walk. Winter, no winter, it doesn't matter. Bundle up and get outside. Fresh air does wonders for your mental health and for the control, the feeling that you have control in your own life. So focus on what you can control. See if you can create those distractions and barriers. And when it comes to barriers, environment is key. So when you are feeling stressed or anxious or sad or whatever it might be, try to create a barrier between you and the thing that you are impulsively wanting to grab. That might be ditching it out of your environment, because if you have a weakness for Oreo cookies and you have Oreo cookies in your cupboard, you're not doing yourself any favors. Let's see if you can find maybe a better cookie, or a cookie that you like but you don't absolutely obsess over, that you might enjoy, but not reach for when you want to make an impulsive decision. That being said, you can also, again, replace all of those trigger foods, which you know yourself best, you know what your trigger foods are. Replace those with things that are just a little bit better, a little bit calorie conscious per se, so to speak. So that's it for that. That has to do with emotional eating, stress eating, eating when you're bored, eating when you're lonely, those kind of things. Bringing awareness to that is key, you guys. And again, be kind to yourself and don't beat yourself up. Stay tuned for one of my favorite nighttime treats that I look forward to every night before bed, and that would be the casein hot cocoa.